Everyone, welcome to another floral pencil picture. Today we are going to be doing some light blue colouring, and we're going to do this one here. This shape of felt, my erasers under my book, I always like to colour blue. I can't tell you why completely. Sorry, I'm fiddling around with my book, thinking actually if I go there, oh no, that's not gonna work. That's it. I just like to colour these in blue. I also think they look really pretty in blue. We're going to start with the pencil though. I'm just having a look at the blues that I've got. I'm probably going to use those two. I think will do. I'm trying to pair them up a little bit. This is the Mykonos Blue and this is the Periwinkle Blue. I think they might just work together because I've got a couple of more turquoisey blues that I'm going to use for something else. I'm actually going to do 3 lots of blue flowers just because of the amount of colours I've got and how it's all going to work. So this is going to be our sort of slightly lighter blue, but probably we'll do an even lighter blue. Anyway, I know what I mean. So this one is, as I say, the Mykonos Blue, and I'm going to do this pencil first, which is why I have stayed zoomed out. We're going to do it the same as the other pencils, so a nice dark line along the edge and then fade it in. So, oh, sorry, I just got distracted. My friend just sent me a message on Facebook. I should have a look at that later because I'll need to reply to her. I think, anyway. Yeah, I thought today I might share with you a few of my tips for staying relaxed and calm. And my first one is really obvious. Do some colouring. I find it really helps. I have coloured almost every single day for the last 9 years or so. So, and I find it makes such a difference. But you know, it doesn't have to be colouring. Some art, some craft, a hobby, something you really enjoy. I know some people don't colour every day. That's fine. I'm just readjusting slightly. You know, just do something for you, something relaxing, something you really enjoy. Make a little bit of you time. As I say, 5 minutes for the coffee, a square of chocolate and 30 seconds, whatever you can fit in. I know there are certain circumstances when it becomes very difficult to fit in the time. I'm actually going to extend this a little more because my other blue is very much paler. It's going to need a bit more help with blending. I remember when my twins were babies, yeah, the time for me was pretty not in it. Didn't really exist because the only free time I had was when they were asleep in the evening, and by then I needed to sleep myself. So anyway, but try your hardest. And other tips I would say, look at some nature. Whether you've got a pot plant in your house, a tree in your garden, or some grass or flowers, whether you can see across to other trees or flowers and other gardens. I'm not sure this blue is going to work. Should we try it? Let's just try it. This is the Periwinkle Blue. I'm going to try it. So try and look at some nature. I find this is going to work. It inspires my colouring, but it also gives me a sense of calm. And I also, whatever's going in the world, in your head, nature is always there as a calm reminder that life goes on. You know, it probably sounds a little bit harsh, but I just feel that it just gives me a sense of grounding, really, which is nice. Talking of things going on in the world, don't watch the news. Since I've stopped watching the news, I feel so much happier. I don't completely cut myself off from what's going on in the world. I look at headlines online. So I look at a news page rather than watching the news. then I look at the headlines and I choose what news articles to read. So if I'm not in the mood to cope with bad news, I don't read the articles that have bad news in. And it's not that I don't care about what's going on in the world, or that I don't want to sort of be aware, but sometimes it can just make you feel very helpless. And so I think it is better to avoid it if you're in that mindset. So just think about what you can personally cope with and deal with it that way. Remember that your family, your friends, your colleagues, they need you to be they need you to be there for them and to be in the right sort of mindset. So you need to look after yourself so you can be a good friend, relative, partner, parent, grandparent, whatever. So we're going in with the periwinkle. Now with the flowers, they're very small. We're just going to use one colour. So I'm going to use the periwinkle on the petals and then do the centres with the Mykonos Blue. So that is another tip. And also just be careful what you're watching, whether you're watching soap operas on the television, dramas, or whatever. Think about how it's affecting your mood. Often in dramas and soap operas, TV shows, they can be very sad, depressing, and things like that. Now, for some people, that makes them feel better because their life isn't so bad as the characters. But other people get very emotionally attached to what's going on, very upset if something happens to the character they like. So have a think about how that's impacting you and whether what you're watching is bringing you down, sort of thing. And lastly, I would say smile. Apparently, if we smile, it tells our brain that we're happy and has a positive effect on us. Obviously, if you have a depression, clinical depression or something like that, it's not a cure-all. But I think if you're just feeling a little bit low, a little bit sad, then it can really help. And smile at other people. They'll smile back. It's catching, it's infectious. It's like any behaviour that we do, and naturally it seems that humans will copy each other. So if you smile, they'll smile back. If you say good morning, they'll say good morning back to you. If you're kind to someone, they might want to be kind to somebody else. So all these things, I feel, have a big impact. So when I'm out and about locally, I smile at everybody, and I say good morning to most people that I meet. If I'm on the canal path, you meet few people, so you say good morning. If you're in town, it's a little bit different, it's much more busy. People are bustling along, they're busy. I don't tend to speak to everybody then. Right, I'm just trying to get all the green in the picture. Now, like our last blue picture, we don't have a lot of green, a lot of greenery in this picture at all. So I'm only going to use one colour. And I'm going to go, I think, for the Shamrock. It's not what I used before, is it? No, I used the Emerald. I'm going to use the Shamrock Green. This is still a slightly bluey green shade, which I think will go with the blue in the flower. And I'm just going to put on it's not a really light layer. I want to make sure I get a decent covering, but I leave space in case I want some bits to be darker than others. But I may just gently pop this on and leave it as it is. So I actually watched a really interesting video. It was on the BBC actually, and it was about a woman who did an act of kindness every day for a year. And they talked to people who had done research into kindness, and they said that doing an act of kindness obviously helps the person that you're kind to. Whether you just smile at someone, say good morning, pay for their stamp because they've run out of money or forgotten their purse, or whether you do something really huge, whatever you do. But it also has a very positive effect on the person that does it, which I didn't realise. So that's really interesting. So it can positively impact you to be kind to other people. So it feels a bit like, well, I don't want to be kind for me, I want to be kind for them. Of course you do. But to know that it can help your own mental health and well-being as well means that it's worth teaching it to others, doing it yourself a lot, encouraging other people like your children to do it too. And it can help everybody. So that was really positive. And it was a really interesting video actually. She obviously got a lot out of it, doing it every year and every day for a year. And she said it may have just been saying good morning to someone, or it might have been something much, much bigger. But you know, it just depended on the day. But I think it's something that we can all take something from. Anyway, I am finished my blue flower. It's quite a simple one today. And I did waffle on a little bit, but I hope there was something there that didn't bore you too much. And I'm going to do one more blue tomorrow. I was thinking they were turquoisey blues, but they may or may not be. We'll see how they turn out. But it's just another different sort of shade of blue. So we'll do that. I've got to decide where to put it. But anyway, that's me for today. Do have a lovely day. Have a smile to yourself. Have fun and happy colouring.